Today with me there is Reda Hosin. Reda Hosin is the founder of two communities, artistic communities, Whisper Lab and Random Kitchen. I have an opportunity today to talk to him about his projects, which are in progress, let's say, and projects which will be held very, very soon in the nearest future. Hello, Reda. What did you prepare for us in Random Kitchen? Because when I heard like a Random Kitchen, I was thinking, oh my God, someone is cooking randomly some sounds and beats. And by the way, today is Fat Thursday. Unfortunately, we didn't make it in time to have pączki on our table, but soon we will catch it up because Fat Thursday is like a very important in Poland. I don't know if you knew that that is Fat Thursday today.
Of course I know. So first, hello, Agnieszka. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, of course I know pączki. Like I have event plans today to have some pączki, so I cannot miss out this Thursday.
You see. Reda prepares like a fat beats and sounds, and it's just my interpretation. But soon we will get to know more about him. How is it possible, Reda, that you came to Poland and it's been like 5 or 6 years?
It is 6 years. Yes, I came here on 2020, at the end of 2020, November.
Yeah.
I came for work. It was not planned. I think this is one of the most random plans I had in my life to come to Krakow. It was after COVID. I was just looking for a new country. I was tired a little bit at my previous job, and then somebody offered like an opportunity here. And that's what brought me here. And then the journey of music started, and yeah, so far we are feeling good here.
Yeah, Reda is a musician, a DJ performer, and fun fact that music is not his first job, right?
Yeah, my main job is a graphic designer. I'm an artist, like a visual artist.
So you are a visual artist, but also a musician and a DJ performer. As you wrote to me, like, okay, but please tell that I'm a DJ performer.
Yes, of course. Like we have to say, I was never. There is like two type of DJs. There are the people who like to produce. They are vinyl collectors, and there are the performers. Like for now, so far, maybe one day I will start producing. It's not something that maybe I will not do or something. But for now, so far, I'm a DJ performer. And I like it, and that's how I should, be presented, I guess.
How is it to be foreign DJ performer in Poland, in our city, Kraków? Because currently we are in Kraków, right? You live in Kraków?
Yes, in Kraków, I think it's a very interesting place to be because it's a young city. A lot of young people here, a lot of expats, a lot of foreigners. So it makes it a little bit easier to go through the music here in this city, and you have a lot of opportunities. Of course, like Poland, they have like a very nice position, so you have doors open for you. So I see it as a great opportunity to be here. I'm glad that I had the chance to do some music here in Poland.
So it was a good timing, being in the right place at the right time, it seems. It's been going your journey. And how do you connect with people? How were you able to create the community? What is it like to be a DJ performer in Kraków? Because you connect with other DJs, also local ones.
Yes.
And how did it start?
Exactly. So this was a little bit easier for me because before being a DJ, I'm always a fan of electronic music. I have been, partying on this kind of music and, doing some festivals since maybe now 10 to 12 years. So before start playing, I had already a community. There were like my friends, we were partying together, and then you go to a place, you go to a club, you go to a bar, and then you meet people, you meet the owner. So that made it a little bit easier for me later. I had already these connections already ready, to help. A lot of people were open to my project, and they opened doors for me. There's like some club owners. They were very positive about what I was offering to them, and I got the help from them and the connection. The more you are into it, the more you meet people, and the connections are going easier and easier.
what are the main differences, cultural differences? Because your culture is slightly different
Very
from
different, not
ours.
slightly different.
Yes. And what are the main, I'm not saying difficulties, but differences and as well similarities? Because of course, when we have a clash of cultures, there is always a way out, which means someone who is smart enough, he finds a way to create a way to lead his path, right?
Of course,
to unblock it.
Yeah, that depends on your own path, as you said. Like the culture is very different, but we always like when you're in an artistic world, there is no barrier is called culture. You know, there is only one thing, one language you can speak is art. You can communicate, and I believe it's a universal language. But if you are asking about the difference between like the two cultures, you know, of course, we are in a different continent, even different history. But the similarity with Poland, I would say, like we are both very patriotic. We are very protective to our culture, to our lands, because we fought for it. And yeah, I see a lot of when I see some how the Polish people behave towards Poland in the society and in some main topics. I see that we have the same mindset about that. This is like one of the most common similarities.
What is the mindset like then?
Like being protective to the land, being protective to the culture. Yeah,
like local patriots,
exactly.
taking care of the vicinity, and
we care about the country, because, as I said, we fought for the land. You know, there are people who never fought for the land or something. They don't have this attached to the culture, like we are.
Yeah, so there is that awareness of the protection and of supporting each other, but as well...
Also, like living as a community, Polish people, they support each other in difficult times. You can see that, you know, if something will happen, Polish people will show up. And they have it in the mindset, and you can see it in daily life, you know, in everything. Yeah, that's one of the things that I can see. Like, we are very close. But the rest, you know, we have a little bit more sun than you. We are in the Mediterranean.
For sure, it helps.
We have more blue sky. And I have to be fair, you know, like I love Polish food, but I think that the food from my country is a little bit better. For me, you know, I traveled a lot in Europe and everything. I can say that Krakow is one of the best cities I have seen in Europe in the summer. Let's say from May to August.
Is it possible to make a living from being a DJ performer? Because you're a visual artist, a graphic designer. Yes. Yes. So you're working in this role, of course, as your first job, but at the same time, you love electronic music. Your passion is driven by a lot of events and opportunities. But okay, let's forget your first job. And is it possible to make a living from it, like being a DJ?
If I have to talk about myself, I don't think it was possible. I couldn't make it as a main thing. It's a little bit risky, but I know people that, you know, that are living with the music fully, and they have a little bit more time for it, and especially pure producers, because, you know, when you are producing, you have double source of incomes. You know, you have the gigs that you can take, and then you can sell your own tracks. And, you know, that's double your income. So I think it's possible to do it in Poland, but it's a little bit hard. It's hard, you know, in general, living with art has been always hard. Like, this is like very common. It doesn't matter if it's graphic design or music. It's a little bit hard to survive just with art. You have to make a lot of source of incomes. And in DJing, you can ask any DJ, the only way to get there, like to be able to live fully with music, is to have gigs in international scene. To play minimum 8 times, let's say, per month.
To have maybe in the future someone who manage your bookings, and also
exactly, and you have to be
have
patient.
A catchy music, or people, I don't know, something that people start start listening to, right? Like they want to follow you, and that's the hardest part in the artistic field. I think that you have to produce something that attracts attention, right?
Exactly. In music, the scene in Europe is a little bit, let's say, busy. It's not easy to make it up, because, you know, a lot of DJs, there are millions of tracks around. It's not easy to make it. It's very hard, but you need to take some risks, accept that you may struggle for maybe longer period before you make it up.
Mm-hmm.
And in my position, I am not in like a position that I can take that much risk for the music to make it as a main thing in Poland. I'm an expat. I have things to to keep, let's say, a regular,
Yeah,
comes
this is
to
the thing that in
tax and everything.
yes, sure. And in these artistic things, it's like all or nothing. Sometimes you have
Exactly.
to bet everything, and you will win or lose. But this is a very risky thing, and for sure, for someone who doesn't have any support, let's say, and he doesn't feel
And he has a
secure
lot of
enough
bills.
to risk so much, then he's kind of in the middle. But so far, you have experienced a lot of things because you have worked with a lot of artists in Kraków. You are present in many clubs and places with electronic music where you can present your abilities. And what have you learned along this path so far? What was maybe the biggest obstacles you faced, if any?
Okay, obstacles. Honestly, I didn't have anything, big that I have faced, except of if I want to leave with the music, as we were talking just before. It's like gambling. You can have a month and you will have 20 gigs, right? That's enough to live. Okay, and then the next month you have just one gig, and it's out of your control. It doesn't depend on you. Like if there is no events, nobody's inviting you. You cannot, you cannot like just go and play everywhere and ask for money. People need to invite you. You need to be visible. That's from one thing. What I have learned, one of my biggest fear is to not be able to create. Right, I'm scared of this day. Maybe one day I will wake up, I'm not able to do anything. I have to keep myself busy with creating something. That's how I express my emotions, right? And with music, I discovered how important it is to keep, chasing your purpose, having something that can push you to remain active. Doesn't matter what's happening in your life, you can always create something. That is one of the best things I have learned. It's so important to have something like that in your life.
And as long as it brings you joy, and as
Yes.
long as you are consistent, because sometimes we have a passion, but we are not consistent with the passion. And our
True.
passion also needs discipline. That's
True.
what I've learned late enough. Because,
Okay.
for example, when it comes to me, I've never been consistent with my passions because I was always thinking that my first work or job that I studied philology, as we spoke, as we said
5 years
before.
ago.
Yeah. 5 years ago, wow, I'm not that young. But thank you.
Yeah.
And I always thought that, these artistic things do not lead you to lucrative or to profits, because this is something very risky, very blurred and vague. And, so I was always afraid of betting everything or even a major part. But, over time, I learned that it's never too late to develop your passion. And because you want to be better at your passion and you want to improve, you have to be consistent. You have to be
Of course,
repetitive, regular. And it also needs a lot of goodwill and discipline.
Discipline, exactly. Look, I can tell you something. It is a little bit general, but artists in general, they struggle with discipline.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
They're all famous for this. And also with art, you can wake up one day and you can create an incredible things, And sometimes you can spend 1 week, you cannot draw a line. That's what we call inspiration. If you are, if you are inspired, you can create. If you are not inspired, then you can push your brain as much as you can,
true.
and you will not do
That's
anything.
true.
That's the thing with art. That's why a lot of artists, they procrastinate a lot because they get this blockage sometimes, and that's the risk. I mean, if you notice this at an early age, and it's not just noticing it, like understanding it, it's not the same. If you are 18 years old and you already want to live with the music and you commit to it, you have a big space to achieve that. Why? You have some time, you're still young, you can risk things. But if it comes to you, like at my age, music, I started having a small name when I was 29, right? I had already a lot of bills to pay. It's not the same situation. I cannot risk it to commit and live with it. I mean, it depends. Each path is different, but life needs to be lived forward. It does just when you look backward, it needs to make sense to you.
So you are not producing your own music. You are
Not
not
yet. Maybe not.
creating like I don't know if I can say this word, composing your
Producing.
music. So you mix different tracks. You add something extra upon it. How is it? Because if you are a DJ, it means that you are not composing your own tracks. You are just taking different elements from different tracks, and maybe you improvise or add some effects
No.
on it.
Look, when you are not producing, you are performing, it means you are having tracks and mixing them together. When you are
Okay.
playing, and the main thing about mixing is to have 3 tracks, mix them together and make them sound like one sound. That's the mixing, you know. I take one track from here. For you, you are like in the dance floor, you are dancing constantly for 1 hour and a half. Why? The music feels like the same
Yeah.
song all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It never stops. And that's
But you
the
do
thing.
not mix your own tracks.
No,
you
I
mix
don't
the
produce, no.
tracks already existing. That's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure. So it's like layering a bit.
Exactly. Yeah. Creating a set. You know, like one track, one song is, you know, a set is like a bigger version of this song. One track is composed from elements like instruments and sounds, but the whole set is composed from many tracks, you know. And the fact that you don't feel that you are changing tracks, that's the mixing part. Just put them together and make them sound like the same song.
So you are an expert and seamless transitions.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, like depends, you know. So like at each DJ performance, sometimes the mixing is not perfect, but what's most important when you make a set is what the message you have behind it, how you express yourself.
The intensity of
The intensity, like for
moments.
example, in my set, you can feel sometimes very happy, like in the set, and sometimes I give you a little bit of dark part. And yeah, this is the message that is important, like to express in your set more than the tracks itself.
So
The
do you have
energy.
any favorite genres of electronic music?
Of course.
Are there genres that you feel best, that you feel that it's your favorite, and this, oh my God, I will mix these tracks because it's like my vibe. But for example, sometimes you are hired by a company, for example, to play at an event, or you are hired for the wedding and you have to play maybe your clients put on the playing list. And maybe, I don't know, but I know that the life of a DJ is like this. And then you feel a little bit less prone to enjoy it, but still, okay, it's a DJ job, so I have to give it a try and play it as good
Okay.
as I can.
So that's the thing. Like many people, maybe they think that DJing you can be booked everywhere, like including weddings. But you know, the community I belong to is like more underground cultures, and these kind of DJs they don't play at, for example, private events or weddings. You know, like
Yes.
they just stay in the
Unless it's an underground wedding.
could be maybe my wedding will be underground. No, so in this kind of clubs and culture, you don't struggle to compose, you know, like your tracks, you know, like it just the gender needs to be following the whole community, which is underground. My favorite one, which I stick to it, is always minimal electro sometimes. And yeah, as soon as it aligns with the underground culture, then yeah, I can play it. I don't play commercial tracks.
That's what I wanted to ask, maybe, and I was not so precise. Among the genres of your kind of music, is there like a favorite one? Like this is my fav, so it's this minimal, right?
Yeah, minimal
And it-
house.
But you follow only this genre, or sometimes you add some aspects of other ones?
I mean, when I play in one set, for me, you can hear 3 to 4 different genders, and yeah, I just play what I feel right to play. But of course, they are always coming back to the same category. Like I have minimal, electro,
Minimal electro. Okay,
yeah, a
so
little bit progressive house. But the favorite one, I would say minimal.
currently we're having a talk with Electro Minimal Reda. So he's been my guest right now. So far, so good. We've been enjoying a lot. What about clubs and electronic music venues in Krakow? What about the audience, like the audience, the clients or people who come to listen to you? Are they people who are like, let's say, they are attracted by your music and they are coming, or for example, you are hired by a certain club and this club decides to play minimal, but maybe it's not exactly electro minimal, and you mix some other also genres, these genres like related to techno.
Yeah.
And then at this place there will be these kind of people, so you adapt a little bit this minimal electro.
Yeah, of course. Like, you have no idea how many times I prepare a set and then I go inside the club and I don't play it.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes I, prepare everything because I have an idea of the club. I know that, for example, there is this club and they are more into minimal, a little bit dark tech. So I prepare it, and then when I go there, I have different people in this, like in the stage. And how you notice that, when you play a DJ set, the first 30 minutes is not the set. The first 30 minutes is like the first interaction with the crowd.
Oh, that's cool to hear. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you are defining.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like I start playing, I have I'm one of, like, maybe a lot of DJs are like me. I never prepare like a playlist track by track. I have a lot of playlists in my pen drives and I just go with the flow. And I know how to find the tracks that I call for the first 30 minutes. So I play different tracks. They are the same gender or different gender, but they have different emotions, different energy. And I keep checking on the crowd. When the crowd are more interested and interacting with me, or when they are like going for a drink or trying to leave, then after 30 minutes, I start my set. After I get what the people are getting from my music, what they are understanding, and then I can start playing for 1 hour or 2 hours more.
So
the first 30 minutes is very important. It's the most stressful one for a DJ.
Yes. Because you have to adapt, you have to improvise, you have to pick the right things and to mingle it.
You have to try. You have to try everything and see how the people.
How they react,
how they get it, how they respond to it.
So it's like you are for them, and it's not that you have an event and it attracts specific audience, but of course it's also like this.
Yeah, of course. Like
depends.
Let's say 70% of when you have an event, and the way you promote this event, this is what you mean. Like, you have a specific community like as a target. And when you talk to them, of course, you will attract these people. But then you have always 30% of people who will come, I don't know, just to discover. And also they are, part of the show, part of the crowd.
How have the clubs changed in Kraków over those 5 years? I know that you came back right in the middle of pandemic and there was nothing going on apart from maybe clandestine events underground, which were the best. But, how did it change? Maybe clients, people, fans, listeners, dancers.
Okay, I think, when I came straight after, I came on the first 6 months of the last 6 months of the pandemic. It was still closed in Krakow. You cannot go to a bar, you cannot go to a restaurant, you wear mask, everything. And it's true, there was a lot of hidden parties.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the part of the underground, and that's how I got.
That's the best part.
Exactly, that's how I got to know like the people that helped me later as a DJ. In this kind of parties. And then for me, the first 2 years, I think Krakow was in a better situation than now. There was more clubs, you have more choice, and also people were very open to new things. Right now, unfortunately, for a reason or for another, a lot of good clubs closed in the town. And that made like the scene shrink a little bit. But
why did it shrink? Because some people, they started to follow the same
exactly
current?
You have like, if you want to listen to, for example, to some specific kind of music, you have 1 or 2 clubs that you can go. Before you had more choice to hear that. Right now, unfortunately, they closed. I hope one day we have something even better than before. But the most important is that the energy is still in the town. People still have passion for the music, and they have a big understanding for the culture.
So you've been talking about your project, and it's your personal project that you do coordinate, Whisper Lab. What's the idea behind Whisper Lab, and when the idea was born?
The idea was born 3 years ago. And as I said, I was in a period when like the graphic design part of my life was a little bit slow. And I start itching, like to create something. So I wanted to have a space where I can combine both. I have the full freedom to express myself as a graphic designer, visual artist, at the same time meet my passion, which is the music. And Whisper Lab, if we are talking about the name of the event, Whisper, it means like, saying something at low volume, which represents the minimal thing, like minimal. That's how.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's how the name came. It's connected to the minimal. You have minimal volume. And I came up with the word Whisper. The lab is a laboratory where you can create many things. So that's why I have graphic design, videography. I was doing everything by myself, plus the music. And the storytelling behind it, when I arrived to Krakow, I was a stranger, like nobody knows me. I came here alone, right? And if you take this fact and what happened later, I just came and I started meeting people, and then I had my own community. And I compared this to something unknown, like aliens. I was feeling like an alien, like
like an alien,
like an alien, like a stranger, like you're not from this world. And I came here and I was able to make my community. So I connected this that there's a storytelling that the aliens came to the town and they made their own community. That's the idea behind it. And I didn't want to create something that to do every weekend. I needed to have space. As I said, like between one event and the second one, I always had 2-3 months just to have time to get inspired again for a new idea and how to communicate. Also, on the five editions I had, I always had a headliner from outside of Poland. And that needs a lot of procedures, to have him and to have the budget for it and everything.
Yeah, because it involves logistics. Good organizational skills, soft skills as well, to convince a person to come here to join the project and to play together and to arrange accommodation for this person. And also
to promote the event.
To promote and to invest in this promotion, in the guest as well.
This is minimum a month, like of promotion. And as you said, convincing and finding the right date, because sometimes you have a date, the club is giving you that date, and then you are reaching out to your headliner and he's not available. So that's why to have a little bit of gap, like 2-3 months, it's more easy to organize.
To have it regularly, but not too
and the
often.
way you want.
Yes, on your terms as well.
And let people miss it a little bit also.
Not to overload. Your best experience in Kraków and the worst. Now you have to say extreme stuff.
Right, the extreme, I think I have both. I mean, if we talk about the good ones, I had a lot. If I have to pick up specifically one, I would choose the 1-year anniversary of my event, Whisper Lab. It went so smooth. My gig was amazing, and all the event was well organized. And also the DJ I had, it was a funny story. That's why I like it. And having the chance to play with this guy is crazy. Why? Because in 2017, I was still just, a party guy. I was just going to events. I was not playing music.
Okay.
And suddenly, I went to this guy's first gig ever. He just started, and it was 2017, 2016, if I remember well. Right now, this DJ is one of the main names in the electro in Europe. He has like over 30,000 followers and everything, and I have been able to see all...
Who is this guy?
He's a guy from Tunisia, Hirtag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shout out Hirtag if you see me, maybe you see this video.
Pozdrawiamy.
Pozdrawiamy in Polish.
Pozdrawiamy, regards.
Regards. And he's like, he was the only DJ who made me go out and go party alone sometimes, just to listen to him. And this was in 2018, 2019, before I moved to Poland.
So you learned a lot from him?
I learned a lot, and I'm very inspired from his style of music. He's a producer, and he's like big name in producing electro right now currently, and he's signed with a label in France and everything. So that's why it's my best to have a chance, like 10 years later, since I discovered him, we shared the stage. He came to me. He came to my event, and he played first. Of course, he had like here in Krakow, and he had the crazy performance. And then straight after him, I played. So this is one of the most memorable nights for me. I mean, it has a little bit of emotions. That's why I like it. It has a little bit of history.
Yeah, because it's like a nostalgic attitude of yours as well.
Yeah, the
because
whole
you
process,
remember
yeah.
the beginnings of your story with electronic music, and
Yeah.
he inspired you a lot.
Exactly.
So there's a whole story behind it.
Besides of the technical part, it was amazing. The crowd was amazing. Like one thing I have to say that I'm very lucky here. I have people that support me like in a very strong way, and you know that. So,
I know.
you know it very well. So
Yes,
and the worst, yeah, I have one. It was in my also second event, Random Kitchen. For this concept, it's a little bit different.
yeah,
There was
because Random Kitchen, this is the second project of yours,
Yeah.
and this has been going on for a longer period of time, as far as I know.
not 1 year difference comparing
Okay.
to Whisper Lab. And this one, Random Kitchen, I was not alone. I had it was a collective with 2-3 DJs more. And in this concept, we wanted to create something inspired from Boiler Room.
Yeah.
Where you can go to a party and it's filmed and streamed on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you have 2-3 cameras on the crowd. So the most embarrassing moment was in one of these events. I had to
Yeah.
play, and I just remember it. I feel some heat already. So the camera was filming, and the decks were not plugged in the mixer on the right channels. And I start playing the first track on the second track. Instead of closing the track I need to close, I closed the track playing. And there was a silence.
Oh, the worst thing for a DJ, like silence.
Yes,
silence.
There was a silence, and like it was filming, and I got super stressed because
And
of
it
the
was
camera
streaming. It was
on
live
YouTube,
streaming.
yeah. Live streaming on YouTube. So I had to open again, and then I tried to mix, and I did the mistake again one more time. And then and then I noticed that there was cables
Yeah,
plugged not properly on the right channel, and unfortunately I was the first one playing. So we had to ask for 3 minutes to unplug and plug everything.
to
and then
adjust
start over.
everything.
It
Yeah.
was just the moment was embarrassing, and later on I start my set and the most traumatic is people asking for songs.
No, tak.
Stop-
Or there
stop
are
doing
those
that.
those drunk guys like, and they are placing the beer on your deck, right?
If you are seeing this, stop asking for tracks.
Yes.
Don't have internet to play whatever you want.
Mind the words, no.
It's not like a private. I don't mind people coming next to me, or sometimes people are asking me what's the music I'm playing or what's the track. I don't mind to share. Or if they come dance next to me for the whole night, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Just don't ask me to play something. And it happened last week, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I have it. I have it in my
And
mind.
what
but
did they ask you to play?
I don't remember what was the song. He was just like, I thought, just share it away. I told him, no, I don't have.
Now I wanted to talk about this rave culture, because nowadays entertainment industry is thriving with electronic music. And everybody loves electronic music, and it used to be more underground. Now it's a little bit less underground. Underground became a little bit more on the surface, although it's not mainstream, luckily.
Okay.
But it came a little bit upper in the layer. And there are even those morning rave parties at coffee bars. And it's been a trend also in our city, in Poland. It started. So what's your opinion about it? Have you ever played in the morning for the coffee and croissant?
Yeah, I have seen this concept. I think it started 2 years ago in Berlin. People start going to coffees and to places where there is no alcohol or nothing connected with the nightlife, and they do parties. It's a little bit trendy. I like it. It's something different. Time is changing, new things are appearing. It has always been like that. Nothing can last forever. Each time has its own period. And I think right now, there are this type of events, and there are also a lot of day events that are happening. For example, an event that starts at 2 p.m. and finishes at 10 p.m. Nothing to do with the night, but you can have the same thing. And I have seen also lately places like there are clubs, but they don't have alcohol. You go there and you have only soft drinks,
Very
and
cool.
you can spend night like the whole night there. So yeah, it's a new concept. It's trendy. I didn't have a chance to play in something like that yet, but we will see in the future. Maybe yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's cool because, for example, people who do not want to spend the whole night dancing because they have to run errands, they have to work, they have small babies, for example, then they decide to drop by in the morning for 2 hours of a dance to listen to some music with friends, and grabbing one coffee or matcha or whatever.
Yeah, what I like about this concept is it brings like honesty to the love of the music. You are not there because you are like during the night you are having fun. Sometimes even you just enjoy the moment because you know how it is in the nightlife. Like you have all the drinks and everything. But this concept is either you like the music and it brings you awareness to be like fully there, enjoy the music itself without any other distraction.
Yeah.
Or you don't. If you don't enjoy it, then you don't go there. But if you go there, you go because of the music, nothing else.
Yeah, and you are just going with the flow during this, and it's in the daylight,
It
and
is.
it's like promoting also a healthy lifestyle.
Healthy, yes. Yeah, Sundays, healthy Sundays, better than being in a random kitchen, like real random kitchen.
Oh
You know what I mean?
no,
You can get it.
I'm distracted now because I was thinking of the next question. So can you?
Kitchen, like when you go to an after party and you end up to a random kitchen sitting with random
get
people.
it. Now I got it. Oh my god!
That's what I mean with
It's like a random kitchen at an after party.
exactly. That's the concept I had.
Wow. And I thought random kitchen because you are cooking something randomly with other DJs, like tracks.
No. It has nothing with cooking. The idea came from this idea, like to go to an after party and you meet people you don't know and you are having fun with them. And it always happen in a random kitchen. Like you go to a random house in a random kitchen and then you meet people nice and we are vibing with them.
And also it has the letter R in the name, which is Random Kitchen, Reda's Kitchen.
Reda's kitchen could be.
What's your biggest dream?
Oh, that's a very deep question. My biggest dream, in music, as every DJ, is to be able to live with it, right? To have as much gigs that can allow you to be free from having a basic job, and you can live with the music only. So if I will have a dream in my music is to be able to live with it fully.
To make it your first
my main job.
activity and main job.
That's
Are
it.
there any upcoming projects going on?
Upcoming projects, no. Whisper Lab is a little bit on standby. There might be a chance soon. I'm just preparing it. I want to do it properly. It will be not longer than 4 months ahead. I'm playing in 2 weeks.
Is it worth it in the end? Like, are there any moments, or have you ever had a moment where you doubted that you chose the right path of this kind of music? Did you have like a critical moment? Were you struggling with something that made you think, is it really this that I want to do?
Yeah, like doubts are there for, to make things better. If you are an artist and you have no doubts, it means you are not evolving or you are just being numbing your artistic view. So, of course, I had many doubts, insecurities. I'm making an event, especially with my style. When I start playing it, the dominant style in the scene was techno, dark techno, industrial techno. And I came, a guy from the South, having some happy music, and the scene was not very, it was not very common to the scene to have minimal in Krakow. There was like some DJs playing, but it was not. As a main style for the crowd. Most of the crowd, they were enjoying drum and bass in Krakow back in time, and a lot of techno.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest doubt I have is, will this work out for me? If I'm choosing this style, will I be able to play and have gigs? Because it looks like, you need to play techno to be visible here in the scene. So yeah, and I fought against this doubt, and I decided to stick to my style. And yeah, at the end, it paid off. And like, it's not about giving any credits or something, but when I started playing, there was a lot of people who didn't know what was the gender, and they were like, I had many questions like, what is this style you are playing right now? And right now in the scene, in the places I used to play, you can see a lot of DJs playing that style right now. So I think somehow I was able to participate on, putting minimal a little bit up than it was before in the scene. So yeah, and that comes because of some doubts. I had doubts.
Yeah.
Like if I followed my doubts, I would play techno right now, and I wouldn't do what I did.
Because you would be afraid of taking a risk to
Exactly.
introduce something of yours into the well-established background, let's say, and instead of fitting in, you suggested your own creation, and it was worth it. Yeah.
For me, what was the point? Like to play music and look like everyone else. Like I needed something. I don't produce, so I need something to step out. Right, and I decided to stick to my own style, and that will be my thing. Like if you come to listen to me, you come because of that specific style.
And it was let's say, an efficient approach that gave you
confidence to keep going.
Where you are now, like you are able to create your own music, and you have found two communities. Reda Hossein, the guy who came in an outsider, and he ended up being a perfect fit in the minimal, dark, maybe not so dark techno scene.
Yes.
Thank you, Reda, for this conversation.
Thank you so much.